Don't mind me, I'm running laps at Homestead. I hate that Facebook is doing this thing, which is annoying. They're annoying enough, but it's like...
I'm sorry.
I hate that Facebook is doing this thing, because I get notifications on it, and I don't see how I can turn it off, because they like snuck new notifications in with no switches for them. But like, if one of my friends puts up a story, I'll get a notification, oh, so-and-so put up a story, what's your reaction?
Even though you have like the notifications off?
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I don't need a prompt. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not 3 years old, I need to be reminded to say please and thank you. You know, and it's like, they never had those notifications, those kind of notifications before. Because I have story notifications turned off. Because I go in there like once a day, and I look, you know, and there's certain artists that I follow, you know, they do art or art-related shit, and I like their shit, and, you know, I support them and whatnot. But then there's a lot of people that just put shit up that, like, you know what? I know you're an artist, and I respect you, but you actually suck, and
What am I looking at?
And I don't need to see your cat, because that's what the meme is that I just got a thing on. It's fucking cat meme. Yeah, I don't need more of those in my life. If I want cat memes, I know exactly where to find them, because they're all over the fucking place.
Bro, why is the whole crypto market down right now?
Oh, you didn't hear? Yeah,
Ukraine
was having a lot of civil unrest. Most of the world's intelligence agencies believe it's Putin stirring up trouble with his black gang rebels. In other words, they're really Russian soldiers that are instigating, you know, Ukrainian rebels, and the country shut their internet service off. The whole country went dark on the internet. So rebels couldn't talk to each other and coordinate their efforts. And yeah, so Bitcoin in particular took a hit. And
yeah, and everything followed suit.
Yep, because the way like the market looks at that is unreliability. You know, we're the second largest crypto country in the world. It's so unstable that the government every once in a while has to turn the fucking internet off. You know what I'm saying? So that causes the whole thing to take a temporary dip. But if they go to war, that's going to be horrible for crypto. Think about that.
No, because crypto miners are slowly, eventually America's going to take over China for crypto mining. Because more and more people are starting to do it in the U.S.
No, the U.S. still leads the world in crypto mining. But
China did for a while, and still does.
Okay, well, as of this article, which is, I think, today or yesterday, yeah, Ukraine is second only to the United States in crypto mining. And because they went down, that's the big hit. You know, that's a big thing. You know?
So they have 18%. 18% of the hashes.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
Like, they control 18% of it.
Something like that. I don't know what the percentages are. I'm just saying what the article was saying. But if they go to war, if Russia invades, oh, that's going to be horrible. You're probably going to see a permanent downswing until that situation is resolved. And what if, you know, Putin comes in and fucking takes it over and changes it? That'll fuck up the market too.
Oh, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, best that they don't, nothing bad fucking happens in that respect.
I don't want to go to war.
War economically, war is a good and a bad thing. And it all depends on, you know, what the situation is. But in this case, in this point, I don't see it being a good thing in any way. Till it's over. Because, you know, war always creates a gap or a vacuum that can be filled and money made off it when it ends. But that's not a reason to go to war. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do feel that that is a reason to go to war. We can make more money after it's over. Well, let's have a quick and painless war. What the fuck war was ever quick and painless except Panama and Grenada?
Shoot, look at the Afghan war, like the Iraq with 9/11. That could have been just potential just to get oil. Who knows?
No, but it didn't hurt. But no, now they were horrible, stupid mistakes. Not that we did it in the way that we did it. It was like Vietnam. They just went after the wrong targets. And politics limited them. Because we needed to attack northern Pakistan. Because that's where the Taliban and Al-Qaeda was, in the mountains up there. It's one of those places in the world that is almost impossible to get to. And that's where they were hiding. But that's in Pakistan, and we're invading Afghanistan. And the Pakistanis, a lot of them in charge were sympathetic to the Taliban and Al-Qaeda's cause. I mean, fuck, they hid fucking Osama bin Laden in their capital. But we didn't want to piss them off. You know, even though Bush talked the big thing, if you're not with us, you're against us, and then took 3 weeks to try to get Pakistan to sign off and be an ally in the war. And he basically had to bribe them to do it. And I'm like, that is not a good sign. And I kept saying, they're in Pakistan. And that's exactly where they were. And Osama bin Laden was in their fucking capital. That's just fucking ridiculous. We got played. We let ourselves get played so badly in that whole situation. The other thing is, there's two countries that you don't invade. One is Vietnam, and the other one is Afghanistan. And if we didn't learn from the French in Vietnam, and we didn't learn from the Russians in Afghanistan, because both of them got their asses kicked in those two countries, and right before we did, and we didn't learn shit. But realistically, we had the might to do it, but we didn't have the will in Vietnam or in Afghanistan, because I firmly believe the ulterior motive was the military-industrial complex, which is, you know, headed by the Pentagon. We need to test new weapons. So if we have a 20-year war or a 10-year war where we can test all the fucking new weapons that we would use against China and Russia and get a huge edge up on them, it's worth spending 50,000 guys to do it. See, I don't agree with that. I'm sorry.
That's how the military thinks.
Yeah, I'm a patent advocate. Okay, overwhelming force, and go through them like shit through a goose before they even know what the fuck happened. And
well, we still have
neither war. Oh, yeah, super carriers aren't good in the mountains of Afghanistan. They don't mean fucking shit. You know, I mean, we sent more tomahawks. We sent more tomahawks after fucking Osama bin Laden in the mountains of Afghanistan, and we missed them every single time. Every time.
Yeah. Who knows what they're looking for? But 20 years later, I don't even know what they got cooped up. Area 51 and all this new tech they have. And
well, that's neither here nor there. You know, whether it is or it isn't, it really doesn't matter. What matters is we spent a shitload of money, we wasted a lot of fucking lives,
spent a lot of money,
and we ended up signing a fucking peace treaty with the bastards anyway.
Yeah, that's. And then you look back on it and it's like, wow, that was a lot of lives wasted.
Yep, and nothing we did brought the World Trade Centers back, of those 3,000 people. And now we got 20,000 dead plus, and almost 50,000 wounded because of it. And that's just a waste.
Because you got to look at the leaders, like the politics and the government.
Now, if we went in there and like Panama and Grenada, and we kicked ass and we were out of there in the same fucking year, oh, that's one thing. But no military man worth his salt, or woman, could think that we would go into Afghanistan or Iraq and be out of there inside of 10 years. It's not fucking feasible because they didn't want us there.
We could have just left it and be like, okay, whatever, you guys just do your thing, fuck it, we don't care anymore.
Yeah,
but they didn't want to do it.
This is not World War II in France or Belgium when they were begging us to get involved. This is like, stay the fuck out. We're happy without you.
Weren't they getting oil the whole time they were there, or no? Oil?
What, Iraq? No, Iraq is unfinished, was purely unfinished business.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan? Nothing. The Taliban and Al-Qaeda were based there. They're the ones that blew up the World Trade Centers.
No, I'm saying like we weren't getting oil or anything from there recently.
No. No, Afghanistan is not an oil country. Afghanistan was knocked back into the Middle Ages by Russia in the 80s. And we made enemies of Al-Qaeda and the Taliban because we promised we would help rebuild their country after the Russians left, and we said, fuck you. And that's when they started trying to blow all our shit up. They blew up the Marine barracks in Africa and the Middle East. They blew up, they tried to blow up the World Trade Center in '93 and just cracked it, one of them. And then they succeeded in 2001. All because we reneged on a deal.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what it was. It was the Reagan administration that said yes, and it was Bush Sr.'s administration that said fuck you. 1989. It's weird because we're spending like billions of dollars a year to help send them arms to fight the Russians, and they succeeded because of our help, and they loved us, and they asked for, I think, $20 million to rebuild roads and schools, and we told them to go fuck themselves. It's just so stupid. It's not. It was money well spent if we spent it, because we would have had lifelong allies in them. Instead, we made them enemies, and we got 9/11. That's fucking stupid. We spend like $20 million a minute on some fucking programs that are useless here. So we could have given $20 million for a fucking year in a yearly budget, like nothing.
We spent $1 billion on just people doing surveys to take selfies of themselves, like some government purpose. See what makes them happy.
All kinds of stupid shit.
Fucking idiots in there. Congress.
Yep. I think they were too happy that, the Russians had to pull out and we had a big political victory, that they became full of themselves. We don't need these fucking Afghanis. They're fucking, bombed back to the Middle Ages. They're no threat to us. Yeah, well, sometimes you don't know what kind of shit you created, and sometimes it's best not to, not to risk it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I managed a third out of that. Fuck you, Ross. Beat me by less than 1/10 of a second for the fastest lap.
So a few more weeks for the league to start.
Yeah, it's the week after my league. We got 2 more weeks in my league, and then the next week, before the weekend, I think we start with Mystics League, like the Clash or something. So I definitely, I've been building these setups with what I learned. I definitely have on average, I have a better truck setup than a Xfinity setup, which is interesting.
We're gonna have to take all this stuff into next or the new season.
Well, yeah, well, that's part of why I run my season is to keep at it, like muscle memory and shit. And I pick tracks that like I think are going to be important for the most part. You know, if you look at the schedule on the website, it's
All right.
like
Wait, did Mystic post this? What's the last race of the season?
for
Is
his
it Phoenix?
he posted it, but on the Wix app. He's going to post it on PS4 soon.
I'm just curious if he went away from just doing Phoenix. I'm trying to get a few more people. I tried to talk Cody his vibing to get in because he's a good, cool dude to race. And then Caleb called him, and then he's gonna be racing.
Who?
Cody. Cody is vibing.
Oh, that guy. He mentioned him a
Kid.
couple times. Cody.
Yeah, he's a good. He's a good. It's almost either good or bad.
There you go. And it's Homestead. You're going to get loose. It's all about where you're running at what point of the run. If you followed me, I was mostly mid to high most of the run. And you got to drift up off the corners or else you're going to spin out. So if
Are
you
you
do
talking about
that, you should
Homestead?
be fine.